my dear Supernature souls. Here's Miriam, and I'm very happy to see you again finally after such a long time. Yeah, it's been a while, and that's for a reason actually. So, we just moved to the US, and this is the beautiful environment here that we're now moved to. It's California. It's very nice. We're by the beach, and I have to share some other news actually, which is great news. I'm pregnant. I don't know if you can really fully see it, the belly, but it's growing. It's just starting the second trimester, and it's gonna be a girl. And yeah, so the journey of the pregnancy, that's such a big thing for me. It's really it's really a lot, and I felt I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and about my daughter that is coming here, a nurse, and how this feels for me. I had to admit that at the very beginning, I did not really grasp on like sometimes the energies that I were feeling, and it was like so much, and I felt overwhelmed, or sometimes I didn't even feel anything, and that was even like crazy, right? Because I felt like you need to feel so much love and all of this, and then sometimes it just didn't come to me, and I just didn't know why. And then I basically were tuning more into my body, because this is the beauty what we can always do, right? We can basically search and look for all this wisdom inside of us. We can always access all the inner wisdom, right? We just need to be ready for that and go deep and see what is there for you. And then I literally felt that it was the transition of the maiden to the mother. I had to actually be very honest with myself and also accept that I was kind of like sort of grieving the maiden, right? So because that was like, since I'm here on earth, like this is what I am, right? So that's kind of like the identification that was given to me for all this time. So it feels like a big transition, and the mother is so beautiful, but it's so unknown for me, right? So it's just, I mean, I haven't been a mother before, so it's all new, and since I tuned into that, and I was also accepting that, I actually had this feeling I didn't want to let go of the maiden too much. But when I started accepting this and being honest with myself, then it was okay. It was just okay, and I just knew it's the stage in which I am, and it feels so much lighter, right? When you just can't accept things that maybe on the surface level don't appear right to you, right? So because when my mind is coming in, then it would tell me, why would you not want to be a mother, right? You wanted this and all of that. But this is just the mind telling me, right? So if it feels from the body, it just makes sense, right? That this is what you're sort of grieving before you can actually change into the new role that you're giving now, and that really was the acceptance. Acceptance was a big thing for me, and now I'm starting to like feel this big love for my daughter, and I could see her on the ultrasound, and it was so beautiful, and I'm connecting way more to her. So just by accepting that this is the transition, and everything like starts feeling right, and I'm no longer having this emotionlessness feeling, and it comes to more love. And then yeah, and when we talk about love, then there was another realization that I wanted to share with you, and this is that I truly felt that we're having so much challenge in our lives about like the self-love part, right? To first of all to really grasp on what it actually means, self-love, right? We all know and are being taught how to love someone else, which is outside of us, or something else outside of us. But the self-love is quite new to most of us, and we know that this is actually where everything starts, right? So where you can only love someone in the outside when you actually feel it inside, because everything is inside. Everything comes from there. And so by you loving yourself, you're only able to truly love someone else. And And I felt that was always like felt in this kind of like mode of seeing it as something different, right? So I'm loving myself or I'm loving someone else, and that's a different thing. But when it comes to the pregnancy, it was very beautiful that I could truly feel that the self-love is the same like loving someone else, because in pregnancy you're growing this little human inside of you, and only if I'm nurturing myself and I'm loving myself throughout this whole period and I'm being good with myself, I'm automatically loving this human being that is growing inside of me. So the self-love and the love for the other is the same, and that was like that was like huge to me. That was really beautiful. That this is united in pregnancy, and it really shows you that it belongs so much together, independently from pregnancy. But the pregnancy basically showed it so much to me. But in general, this is how it is, right? It's always like so much connected, and it's always the same. It's united. Um, And here it's so obvious, because when you don't love yourself throughout this period, then you basically cannot love this human being, because you will do harm to yourself and you do harm to the baby. And yeah, and just feeling into that, I think it's very beautiful in terms of like feeling the energy of love itself and what it actually means. Here she is, right? Here is my beautiful daughter. Yeah, I can truly now connect with her. That's very beautiful. The kicking actually started like recently, and it made it also like so much more vivid and lively and clear to me that she's truly there, like this human being, like making herself known to me, and I'm becoming aware of her as a human being, right, inside of me. It's just so amazing, this transition and how it all goes, and to feel all of that. And I'm also like very grateful being in these surroundings here, because I mean you can connect so much with the earth here. You're on the beach, you're by the beach. It's so beautiful here. The nature is great, and the sound of the waves and the water and the earth. That's all very grounding and very connecting. And by doing this, it's also like coming back to yourself, to your center, and everything becomes more clear, and the energy is more grounded, right? So that you can connect to yourself. Yeah, I can truly feel that also she wanted to be here, and this is the right place now to be here and give birth to this very special human being that's coming here. I know she's very special. I would really like to know from you actually how you feel about all these things. How did you experience your pregnancy? And can you relate to what I'm saying, or is there so many different things that played a role for you during this period of time? Just let me know. And yeah, maybe there's also someone who's also pregnant currently and goes through the same transition as I do. So maybe for the moment we just listen to the outside noises here all the time. Because now it's actually quite nice, because you can really feel the nature sounds. It has been challenging because we are filming here and we tried to find a place where it's not so noisy, but it didn't work out. So there were people screaming, there's the airplanes, as you can hear. And all this noise makes it sometimes challenging, right? To ground, to feel and hear the nature sounds that are might be more subtle than all these human sounds, but they're all there. And I felt it was somehow telling us to go even deeper, right? To be able to feel and hear the nature sounds below or besides the planes, the people talking, screaming. Can you hear the nature?